My advice for anyone feeling that they're losing heart or that they are weary would be to find community, to find people who will love on you, pray for you, and pray over you.
As far as not growing weary, I purposefully build in Sabbath time into my life on Saturdays because I play in church every Sunday, so that's kind of like a work day for me. So Saturday morning is usually, read the paper and relax, drink some coffee, and just enjoy my family. And then as far as not losing heart, I just remind myself that the results are God's anyway. He's able to do immeasurably more than I can. So if he's working through me, he's got the results. So I can just focus on doing what I need to do and focusing on those relationships instead of worrying so much about what the outcome of what my actions will be.
Strength for me is about trust in God and in others. I need to trust that God is going to accomplish his purposes with or without me, but even with my imperfect or shoddy work, if that's all I have time for. I struggle with perfectionism. I really want to do a good job, and that's really a unhealthy pride in my work that I need to let go of and just say, okay, this is good enough, this is all I have time for, and now I'm going to rest. And that's something I struggle with, but Sabbath rest is something God has made for us, for our own good, and I need to use that time wisely, not just for like media, movies, or whatever, but for reflection and prayer. I also need to trust other people. How can we carry each other's burdens and thus fulfill the law of Christ if we don't share our burdens with others, if we don't let them in and trust them? What the heck?
When Mr. Mitchell asked us to say a few words about not growing weary, I thought of three things. First, in Genesis, Jacob had a dream, and God spoke to Jacob in that dream and told him that he was going to bless Jacob as well as all of his descendants. And this is just an incredible, awesome experience for Jacob. And in the very next chapter, the first verse is said, then Jacob continued on his journey. The point being, enjoy the journey. Don't live from high point to high point, but enjoy the journey. 1 Thessalonians, it says, be thankful in all circumstances. God has richly blessed us. Be thankful for all the many material possessions you've been given, for your family, for your friends. Be thankful each and every day. And in Philippians, it says, when you do go through difficult times, bring those times before the Lord in prayer. And it said, pray with thanksgiving. So to summarize, enjoy the journey, be thankful, and pray.
Mr. Mitchell's question made me remember something a professor told me probably 10 years ago. When you're feeling distant from the Lord or spiritually dry, weary, he said, run to the Eucharist. Go to the communion table with confession and humility and focus on the cross. And I'd encourage you to do that. Take communion, take it seriously on a regular basis. Secondly, you guys know someone who you know lives by the Spirit, they're in touch with the Holy Spirit. Ask them to pray for you for what you really do need in that moment. Be honest with them. Seek out prayer and ask for the Holy Spirit. Have them lay their hand on you when they pray for you, and you might be surprised how life-giving that is when you're feeling weary.
I often have trouble sleeping, which makes me weary. I have found that when I can't sleep, I can redeem the time by praying for others. This practice helps me turn a major frustration into an opportunity to refocus my thoughts onto God and others. It also makes me thankful for coffee.
When I get weary, I think about what I identify with. My family, my friends, people who support me and love me. I know that if I get down or I have difficult times, they'll be behind me and working with me. I can trust them to help in difficult situations. And I know they'll turn to me in difficult situations to help them. And that really energizes me. But most of all, it's my faith that energizes me. That's where my identity is. Since my citizenship is in heaven, I know that as I get weary in this life, I can think about that future life and my citizenship there, and it really gets me going, gets me remotivated, and moves me along.
I had an obstacle thrown in my way about a month ago. I took a group of students to Riverside Brookfield High School, and I fell up the stairs, hurt my knee, had to have surgery. Now I'm on crutches for about 8 weeks. Hasn't been easy. Oh, okay, that wasn't me. All right, I will tell you 2 things. First, remember that God has a plan for your life. Good things will happen, bad things will happen to all of us. But remember, it's all part of God's plan. And it's almost exciting to think about what God has in store for you. The other thing is something my son told me 2 nights ago. Remember, you can count on God's faithfulness. Friends may come and go, friends may let you down, but the one constant is God's faithfulness. Thank you.
Hey, welcome to Mac's Walk in the Woods, friends. Today's subject is perseverance. To persevere, you need to be dressed right. Hiking shoes, various shades of green, and a good walking stick. Now also, don't forget the ABCs of perseverance. A is be aware of the pain. Pain is an opportunity, not a roadblock. Acknowledge the pain. B is be aware of distractions, things that are going to take you off course, like your phone. Get rid of the phone. And C is center your goals in your heart, not just your head. You got to want it. So go for a walk, pray and think about these ABCs, and remember to fix your eyes on Jesus. Thank you, friends.